Have you ever felt like your life was falling apart right after you started praying for a breakthrough? You lose the job, people walk away, bills pile up, opportunities vanish, and suddenly you're left wondering, God, where are you? But what if I told you this chaos is not the end? It's a sign, a signal, a setup. Because before God blesses you in a big way, He often allows your world to be shaken, not to punish you, but to position you. And the truth is, He's speaking all the time. The question is, are you seeing the signs? Let's go back to one of the most powerful examples in the Bible, Joseph. He had massive dreams, God-given visions of influence and favor. But right after receiving those dreams, everything went downhill. He was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into prison. For over a decade, his life looked nothing like a blessing. From the outside, it looked like God had forgotten him. But in reality, God was building him. Every delay, every betrayal, every false accusation was preparation. God wasn't being silent, He was staging a miracle. And when the time was right, in a matter of hours, Joseph went from prisoner to prime minister. Not because the pain was random, but because the process had purpose. So how do you know if you're in your Joseph season? Let's start with sign number 1, intense challenges before the breakthrough. If all hell has broken loose in your life lately, if it feels like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, if you've been hit from every angle, emotionally, financially, spiritually, don't panic. That's not always the enemy attacking. Sometimes it's God allowing pressure to strengthen your faith and expose what needs to be refined before promotion. James 1:2-3 says this, "When troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." God is more interested in your character than your comfort. So when challenges come, don't just ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is God preparing me for?" Sign number 2, divine disconnection. Have you ever noticed that just before something good happens, people start disappearing from your life? Friendships fade, relationships break, mentors distance, even family feels different. It can feel lonely, confusing, painful. But here's the truth, not everyone is meant to go where God is taking you. Some people are seasonal. They were with you for who you were, not who you're becoming. So when God begins preparing you for a major blessing, He often clears the room. Why? Because not everyone can handle your next level. God isn't being cruel. He's being protective. Even Jesus, before stepping into powerful moments in His ministry, would withdraw. Alone, separated. So if you're experiencing divine disconnection, don't fight it. Honor what was, but release what no longer aligns. Because some blessings require isolation. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Sign number 3, spiritual restlessness. It's that unsettled feeling in your spirit. You're not in crisis, but you know something's shifting. You can't enjoy the same distractions, the shows that entertained you. Now feel empty. The conversations that used to excite you now feel meaningless. You feel a pull, a stirring, a holy discomfort. That's not random. It's God waking something up inside you. Isaiah 43:19 says, "For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it?" God often stirs your spirit before He shifts your situation. You may start waking up earlier, feeling a deep hunger to pray, a need to clean out your habits. Don't ignore it. That restlessness is the whisper of destiny. It's the alarm clock of heaven saying, "Get ready." Sign number 4, closed doors that make no sense. You applied for that opportunity, you prepared, you prayed, and the door slammed shut. No reason, no explanation, just rejection. But what if that closed door was God's mercy in disguise? Sometimes the things we think are good are actually distractions from God's best. And when He says no, it's not to hurt you, but to protect the blessing He's preparing. Think of it like this. If you're walking toward a stage but there's a trap door in front of you, wouldn't you want someone to stop you? Closed doors aren't rejection, they're redirection. So if you've been facing rejection lately, thank God. He's saving you from what looked right but wasn't. Sign number 5, unexplainable favor and alignment. This is when the tide turns. Suddenly, things begin to line up, without you forcing them. Random people offer to help. Emails show up with opportunities you didn't apply for. A door you thought was closed reopens on its own. That's not coincidence. That's kingdom alignment. When you walk in God's timing, He makes the crooked paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways, and He will direct your path." When God moves, you don't have to force it. Things fall into place. Peace surrounds you. Confirmation appears in every corner. If you've started seeing this in your life, get ready. You're stepping into something big. Final word, the blessing is closer than you think. Here's the bottom line. God doesn't bless randomly. He blesses intentionally. And the bigger the blessing, the deeper the preparation. So if you're in a season of pressure pruning or isolation, don't run from it. Don't curse it. Don't quit. Every great story in Scripture has this moment. The quiet before the miracle. The silence before the breakthrough. The wilderness before the promised land. If you've seen these signs, it means you're not being forgotten, you're being formed. And when the time is right, the blessing will make sense. The pain will have purpose. The silence will become testimony. God is not done with you. Stay faithful. Stay expectant. Stay grounded. Your breakthrough is closer than it looks. Let's build together. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Comment below. Which of these 5 signs are showing up in your season? What breakthrough are you believing God for right now? Let's create a space where faith rises and stories are shared. Your comment could be the confirmation someone else is praying for. And if this message encouraged, you don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this word. See you in the next video.